Welcome to News Insight. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
The South-South zonal,
Yeah.
Congress of the party of the PDP held in Calabar. Notable faces were not present, like the governors, and we don't know if they were well represented. And the governors are saying right now that Wike cannot be a demigod. Okay.
Yeah, the National Working Committee had sent a letter to the INEC, on the February 20th, informing them of their desire to make changes to the Congress dates and the venue, possibly. And that of date was stated in the letter, but that of venue, they claim they will communicate to them
Much later,
because an earlier letter was cited in that current letter of February 20th. Okay, be that as it may, there's also a court order from a court in River State,
yes,
okay, restraining them from conducting such a Congress. And that is why when such order is there and the National Working Committee has changed their own position concerning the Congress, you do not expect the governors who are loyal to the party and members of the party
to be at the Congress.
As a matter of fact, you do not expect any member of the party to be there. But let's just say the communication and maybe it took time to get others to know. So that is why you still found out that some members of PDP were in that purported Congress, and a very notable personality and who has now used this event to almost demonstrate that he's still a PDP member, who is our minister, Nyesom Wike, was in the event. And he went further to say that no other Congress will be...
this Congress stands.
Yes, this Congress stands. So I don't know why he wants to put himself in conflict with the National Working Committee, which is the body that actually runs the party. Almost any party, that's the structure that it takes. So I don't know why he wants to go that route, because the final decision still lies with the National Working Committee.
Do you think Wike is overbearing? Because you see, from every indication, I don't think anybody would have done that to him when he was governor of Rivers State, sidelining him as a serious stakeholder within that zone and be holding a Congress when even the court has put on hold the Congress.
Well, it's just the usual thing with a Nigerian way of doing things, and then Wike precisely, I am also surprised to see that you have 4 sitting governors of a party, not getting involved or telling the National Working Committee is actually a very strong arm of any party, and then the leadership we're talking about here is the leadership that's supposed to cover that zone. The zones are, the country is zoned into like 6 zones. And now you have the governors who are serious stakeholders who are supposed to bring the list of delegates, because you can't conduct a zonal election to elect a vice chairman of a party in a zone without the governors submitting lists of delegates and automatic members, of that Congress. And I'm sure they were also the ones that went to the Federal High Court, and Federal High Court has also given...
That was even before the Congress.
And order. So what does it mean? It shows that our judiciary, this is what we've always been saying, our judiciary is not up to, they are not up to the level they should be. Though when you play with a throne given to you anyhow, you lose respect. How can a Federal High Court in Rivers give an instruction, that this should not be done at a particular time? Excuse me. And a member of the party feels he can do what he wants.
Okay.
So Wike.
All right. Let me take on the judiciary a little bit in that aspect. They done what they should have done. Their own is not to effect what comes out of the court. Their own is to make a pronouncement. Then the executive arm, which is the police, will you think they are some of the problem in this case?
In this case, it's just that we have resorted to physical way of doing things. When there is a court order, it behoves on the citizens to comply with the law. Okay, they need not go to barricade the venue,
Yes.
start preventing people to park here, don't do here, taking over. That is where this violence comes from.
Yes.
If there is a court order that has come out for a particular matter,
Yes.
that no damage will occur to the nation if such event happens a day, a month, a week, or sometime thereafter. People should comply with that law. Do you understand? So, but insisting that something must hold. Now, Wike is beginning to stretch what he has in Rivers into the entire South. Because if you see the reports in the news, in various news media, the governors are saying he has had his time. When he was governor, he has had his time.
He had a field day.
If you look back to bringing of secondus, bringing of IU, bringing almost all the last three
The
presidents.
party were at his.
It has always been all about Wike for those 8 years.
Yeah.
So now you have had your time. There are other governors there. So you can't keep ruling people forever. It's not going to happen. In some form, I had expected Wike to even work with these governors. Do you understand? There's no need for friction. If the National Working Committee say they are going this way, Wike should say, fine, I'm a lawful party member. Let's go this way. The battle will become too much for him if he's taking on Rivers and now he's stretching it to south. And at the end of the day, everybody has learned from Fubara that the best way to handle Wike is probably to fight him. Because it's still the
led committee.
No, not
House of
they are still in
Assembly.
limbo. No matter what we will say, Fubara is trying to do that. Fubara should temper, blah, blah, blah. Because they are in limbo. And they are in limbo today because of Wike, not because of them, no matter what. So Wike, this is the time to actually streamline with the National Working Committee. I cannot blame the governors for not working with the National Working Committee. And I cannot blame the court for not, it's not their duty to go to the venue and prevent. No, and prevent. No. And
it's the police that does that.
And it's even unnecessary in this case. What damage have we suffered other than spending their money, improving the economy of Calabar by lodging in the hotels and doing all that? So we shouldn't stretch it to them.
I just keep wondering why PDP as a party have not even find it, okay to have removed Wike.
Okay, let me add this on to it so that you can answer it together. Wike is accusing some people of anti-party activities. From a glaring point of view, we have seen Wike's action. During the presidential issues, when it was being in the court, Wike sat with the APC crew in support of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. When the party had their own case to grind with, this thing, who is more anti-party than anybody that you have ever seen in political spectrum like Wike?
If you understand what anti-party means, it means you are in this party and you are working against it for the favor of the other party.
Yes,
so
simple.
This explanation, this question is an answered question long ago. That's where I was heading for. I wonder how powerful Wike is and how weak PDP has become that somebody is creating unnecessary problems here and there for the party, weakening the structure and the strength of the party, and he's still left. All this noise we are hearing all this while is because Wike is still left as a member of the party. And what does it take? He doesn't have any power in Rivers State. Fubara is more powerful than him. Fubara should have used, his ward chairman to have remove him, impeach him, from the party. That is exactly what is needed. Because now he's extending his problems from within the party to the region. I think they say that when it's a stubborn fly that follows the corpse into the grave, I think he has just stepped into the grave. We are now watching to see if the corpse in the grave and then the people, the undertakers, are going to bury the fly in the grave. Because you are no longer a governor. You can't be more powerful than your state governor and the governors within your region.
Okay. The National Working Committee sometimes speak from both sides of the mouth. They're saying, well, Wike, they had the right to, the Congress can stand if there are some little rectification.
Yeah,
that
you
can
know
come
the power, like I said, is all about the National Working Committee. It's an internal party issues. It's not even an INEC. INEC only witness. And INEC only comes when the National Working Committee informs them to come. So it's an internal party issues.
Yes.
You understand? So they can decide to correct it. They can decide to whatever they decide to do within their power.
Is this about correction or about cancellation?
Yeah, whatever. Cancellation is part of correction.
Let me remind us.
To correct a process.
Yes.
To correct a process. You
Yes.
can say, okay, this one that we did is no longer available. This one is what we're going to do. But you see why I'm always worried the way they will play our politics.
Yes.
All these fights, all these kangaroo going here and there, they use money to implement them. And all this money belongs to the people. Rather than pushing this money towards the development of the nation, they spend it in bribery, they spend it in giving judges to give them injunction, they spend it in all this nonsense. You know, there's this thing Thomas Sankara said at one point. He said that we choose champagne for the few or running water, good running water, clean water for
everybody.
We have to decide. Other than regular campaigns before election, all this fighting, infighting, and order, it's a cost to our nation. These politicians don't have any money that belongs to them. All this money they use belongs to the nation. Wike should stop. He is a party member. He should align with the National Working Committee and also align with the governors. Yes, he's a minister at this moment. And when it comes to anti-party or voting for whoever, anybody can vote for whoever they like. Wike could have voted for Asiwaju, that is his choice. But using the party's machinery to work for a candidate of another party is anti-party. And the man is accusing is Wabara of Abia State, who just made a statement that
the governor is doing well.
The Labour Party governor there is doing well.
But Wike has been praising Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu is doing excellently well.
So he likes to ignite, he likes to be in the news. And but for as much as it doesn't cost us our money, our development, our resources, I can't take his
which is costing us. Really.
It's costing us.
Eli, take away.
Yes, and in anything, if there's any evidence of anti-party, it's a very beautiful and clear ground for you to be removed from that party, because it is clearly stated in every party constitution that you cannot work against your party in favor of another party. I am still watching, waiting and wondering and watching to see what PDP will do.
What do you think PDP should do?
Yeah, PDP have constitution. They should follow their constitution.
Okay, Eli said he's waiting and watching. And Okafor said that they have a constitution. They should wield the big stick. We'll be right back on this inside.